Welcome everyone, today we're going to be talking about the vertical loop technique you can use with Pathfinder's Grapple. Now, I don't see many people talk about this tip, so I thought I'd bring a video talking about the benefits of the vertical loop and a step-by-step guide on how you guys can do the vertical loop as well. Now, if you do go ahead and enjoy today's video, be sure to scroll down, leave a like to support the video further, and as always, be sure you're subscribing with the notification bell turned on so you don't miss out on any future videos. I also stream daily on Twitch. If you guys want to watch my future streams, want to be involved in some positivity and talk more about Apex Legends, I'll leave a link to my Twitch down below in the description. But anyways, let's move straight onto this technique. The vertical loop is very self-explanatory. You are doing a loop vertically, but this has many benefits. The first one is that in many situations where you try doing this, you can essentially retreat from a gunfight and also end up having the height advantage against the enemy. For example, in many buildings where you can do a vertical loop, if you do it correctly, you can retreat from the enemy and then you'll end up being above the enemy on the second floor or on the roof of a building. You can also use vertical loops if you want to achieve great distances whilst grappling. These vertical loops build up insane momentum and you can really do some awesome things with this technique. So I'm going to go over a step-by-step guide on how to achieve the vertical loop technique and how to get this fully mastered down. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the firing range. So we're going to use this location here. It's a very good location to test a vertical loop, and I just want to show you guys, even if you're this far out from the place you want to grapple, you can still achieve a vertical loop. I'll just show you guys how it works. So even what looks like an impossible angle, the place I want to grapple is very low down and I'm very far out, you can still achieve a vertical loop and do it very well from this sort of angle. So let's show you guys how to do it step by step. So the first thing you want to do is you want to pick the place you want to be grappling, and you want to be grappling as low as you can to that surface. The next step after that is once your grapple is attached onto that surface and you start moving, you want to move your look controls 45 degrees down from where the grapple is attached to. That's going to ensure that you duck underneath the grappling hook onto the second step. If you don't look 45 degrees down, you're going to hit straight into the grappling hook and this is not going to work. Now, whilst looking 45 degrees down, you want to have your movement controls pointing straight forward. So if you're playing on keyboard, you want to have that W key pressed down the whole way, and if you're on console, you want to be moving your left analog stick forward whilst you're moving. So the second step to this technique is actually the hardest step, and if you manage to achieve the second step, well, the job is already 3/4 of the way done. So I'm going to show you this picture on screen. This is how you should be moving your mouse or your right analog stick, but the timing is the most important part here. Now, the time you want to move from step 1 to step 2 is the second your character actually comes in line with wherever the grapple is attached to. As soon as Pathfinder is right underneath the grappling hook, that's when you slowly want to be moving your look controls up and then to a right rotation, and then you want to maintain within 90 degrees of the grappling hook from each side of your body, otherwise it's just going to detach you away from the grapple. So once you are in that motion of turning around, you want to slowly feather your controls in line with the grappling hook to give you a very smooth motion. If you're doing step 2 too early, then you're going to lose that crucial momentum and it's not going to be a smooth, fluid transition, and if you're doing it too late, then it's likely going to detach you from the grapple. After you start doing some practicing in the firing range, you'll start adjusting naturally to the movement mechanics and you will start feeling comfortable enough to do it in game. I have been able to escape various situations using this technique. Not only that, but also get into a better position after I have managed to retreat from enemies. So this is definitely a technique you should be integrating, especially if you're a Pathfinder main, and once you've managed to master this technique, you can do all sorts of very awesome things. And one last thing I'd like to mention is sometimes you have to adjust your look controls accordingly to the height you're grappling at. If you're grappling at a much lower place, then you have to start step 2 much earlier than if you are grappling on a very high place, because grappling onto a high place will give you more swing momentum and it gives you more time to adjust your look controls accordingly. Doing a grapple like this as well, where you're grappling onto a very high place, the swing almost guides you into that direction. Whereas if you look at this example here, you have to do all of the work, and I'm going to be doing step 2 much earlier than in the other example, purely because the swing is not going to direct me in that vertical loop. I have to do most of the work, and you guys can see that I'm starting step 2 much earlier than in the other example. So I'd like to wish everyone the best of luck when they're going to firing range, practicing this vertical vertical loop for the first time. Let me know how you guys get on in the comment section down below. If you did enjoy today's video, be sure to drop a like down below, and if you're currently not subscribed to the channel, I recommend you subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos like this one you saw today. I also recommend you guys click the notification bell so you get notified of every new video. If you want to watch more of me, be sure to check out my Twitch down below in the description if you want to keep up with my future live streams, talk more about Apex Legends. But nonetheless, I'm going to catch all of you guys out in another brand new Apex Legends video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.